on full screen yet, but hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Theo, and today we are playing The Kid at the Back. So I saw a little bit of this. Like I watched like a little bit of it, but it was a while ago, like quite a while ago. And I don't remember much. I probably will when I eventually go through the game, but I really this art style is gorgeous. It's always about the art style with me. So and the characters are very interesting. I'm not too I really don't care that much about Soul, but I do. I'm pretty sure his name is Crowe. He's a hottie, so I'm like I want to play just for him. But yeah. Disclaimer from me as well. Uh, Something happened earlier. I was tweaking out, and it was like I was squeamish about it. I don't want to say it, but if you like, it was like red stuff. So it was like, God, I was all jittery, and I still am, and I was all dizzy, and I was like jumping up and down, and I was about to pass out. But I'm back, so I got a band-aid, and now I'm like freaking. But it's whatever. It's whatever. I just need to deal with it. Once I start playing, I think I should be okay. But yes, I am over 18 and I consent to play. No minors, okay? Alrighty, let's. I like this. I like this. So I love the well-made games. Ooh, ooh. Wait, this song. I'm getting Edward Skeletrix from this. Yeah, this is tough. Wait, this is tough. Wait, you heard that was like. You heard that was kind of like dun, 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 dun. That was kind of on beat though. But yeah, let's get started. Okay, at the back, let's go. This game is still in development and incomplete and may be prone to encountering some bugs and errors. This game is ready. Damn, they're like really, really. It's creative venture and it's pure fiction and should not be romanticized or replicated in real life. It is highly discouraged. Dark themes such as death, murder, sexual assault, non-consensual touching, implied abuse, and sexual themes that may be sensitive for some audiences. Yes, I'm ready to proceed. Damn, they serious about this. I'm kind of scared. I'm kind of scared. Yeah, but I'm using my middle finger on my mouse, so it's slow scuff. It was many a year ago, in a kingdom by the sea. That maiden there lived whom you may know, by the name of Annabel Lee. Day one, the beloved. Oh crap! Oh crap! I'm excited. I got too much energy, bro. And class dismissed. By our next meeting, I need a full report on everyone's poem that they have chosen. I will not accept one paragraph. I need 2 whole pages filled with words. Everyone got that? The classroom broke into a series of yes, professor, while some spared no time in packing their things, eager to be dismissed and disregarding the teacher altogether. The literature teacher packs up her own things and exits the classroom. Give me a second. I just had PB&J, which is probably not the best thing to have if we're going to a thing like this. The moment your literature teacher left, the classroom broke into small groups as each student gathered up to meet with their respective cliques. Some engaged in conversation, while some spared no time in exiting the classroom. A yawn escaped your lips. You turned your head and observed the clouds outside. The clouds are shaded in dark gray. The sky's once blue color is now turning the same lighter shade of gray. The looming threat of rain made you click your tongue in irritation. Just my luck. I didn't bother to bring an umbrella too. Standing up from your seat, you were about to grab your bag when you felt a tap on your shoulder. Turning around, you came face to face with cobalt blue eyes. Her blonde hair shaved like swirls with its ends dyed in blue and pink. A bit loud. Complimenting her entire ensemble, even if it's just a white button-up that clearly looks too small for her. Hot pink jacket tied around her waist in the school's black skirt. Her hand, which you assumed was the same one that tapped your shoulder, hung up in the air. She seemed unsure whether to continue or not, judging by the way her eyebrows furrowed downward while biting her glossed lower lip. She turned slightly, her head not fixed on you, but rather on whoever is behind her. You hear her whisper something under her breath before eventually composing herself and turning her focus solely on you now. Hey, you're going to lunch with us, right? I mean, you should. I don't usually see you in the cafeteria often, so you must not be eating properly. How can you keep up with classes looking like that? Excuse me? You took a step back, clenching the strap of your bag as you glare at the blonde woman before you. Who is this woman? Who does she think she is? Judging from the woman's expression, she finally came to realize the words that came out of her mouth. Brittany. A familiar voice interrupted the two of you. You turned your head to where the voice was, and there stood none other than your old friend. That's really insensitive of you. Imagine if someone else told you about how you look. Its familiar orbs are of azure blue, nearly replicating a lapis lazuli's, and his chocolate brown hair tied loosely in a low braid. Sun-kissed skin enhanced his handsome features, adorned with a black, long-sleeved button-up and an indigo vest to add to his clean look. He is known as Jericho Ichibad, Crowe for short, a class representative and a close friend of yours. Well, the only close friend you have. Crowe made his way to your side, with a hand on his hip. He reprimands the blonde-haired woman next to you, and the said woman just shrugged her shoulders. You place a hand over your beating heart, and the close proximity between you two caused a blush to appear on your cheeks. No matter how many times you get close to him, or him getting near you, you'll never get used to it. His whole aura just gives a warm feeling in you, the butterflies in your stomach thrashing and raging, begging to be released. Yeah, you may have a bit of a crush on him. The woman named Brittany just rolled her eyes, seemingly used to Crowe's reprimands. Well, you're the one who insisted on me initiating talk. Could have done it more nicely, you know, like a simple invite alone. Crowe gives you a small smile while handing out something to you. You look down to see it. It was your ID. You dropped this, by the way. Your name is Theo. Theo full. I'm full of Theo. Theo full. Yes. The ID shows my name, Beautiful, along with my pronouns, he/him/his. You stare at your own ID picture and see yourself more. Stop it. I'm a pretty mix of both, bro. I'm not gonna lie, I'd say I'm a decent mix of both. You use gender-neutral terms, and you will be called a kid/person. You looked at your ID picture, seeing a young person and reading your name with your eyes. Name, beautiful, and pronouns he/him. Yep. Your fingers briefly brushed against his. You bit your lip and then muttered a small thank you before pocketing your school ID. Crowe gives you a closed-eyed smile. Returning with his own thank you, then turns his attention back towards Brittany. Following up behind Brittany are 3 more people. Damn, bro. I don't got voices for all these people, bro. I don't got that type of range. The tallest of the 3 is a sporty-looking man, clad in a green and yellow jersey with the number 10 sailed in front. I don't remember seeing you. His eyes are a bright green, the color that kind of reminds you of green apples. His skin's a beautiful brown that nearly matches his curly hair, while a stubble is nestled on his chin, indicating his maturity. Oh shit. The second is a man in a purple hoodie. His eyes are sharp and slanted with long lashes, adorned with teal-colored orbs underneath. Dude, does everyone just have like the most like gorgeous eyes ever? Like, damn, bro. Does no one have like normal eye colors, bro? I'm not saying. Okay, this is definitely not normal. Okay, I'm not saying this is not normal either. I'm sorry, you just don't see those types of shades. His hair is straight and styled into a Haim cut, save for short strands tied with a red ribbon, and a low ponytail bound with the same shade of red behind him. He looks uninterested with what's going on at the very moment. And the last, but not the least, is the shortest of the three. Maybe within the group as well. Like, look, bro, okay, yeah, okay. Orange eyes is crazy, bro. Her skin pale, her face dotted with a few freckles then and there, as rectangular-shaped frames shield away orange orbs. Her hair is short and loose like waves. She wears a black button-up under an orange vest and a black skirt matching Brittany's. Damn, Britt, you sure are bad at socializing. Hey, Gio, seems like you have competition. The tall jock, clad in a yellow and green sports jersey, lets out a loud laugh, causing some students to turn and look at him. Excuse me. Brittany's face grew red from embarrassment. Gritting her teeth, she crossed her arms while tapping her foot on the ground. This only made the jock laugh even harder. Shut the fuck up, Daryl. You're causing a scene. Also, since you were me, you have done just as badly. That is, in fact, not true. I'm a lovable guy. Oh, yeah? As the two argue, you turn your head towards the other tall male in the hoodie. Sensing your gaze, he looks down at you, his hand still in his hoodie's pocket. A sudden chill went down your spine. You quickly avert your gaze away from the imposing male and landing on the neat girl in orange right beside Brittany. She hasn't spoken since you arrived with the since she arrived with the two males, but judging from how attached she is to Brittany, you're guessing she's closer with her than the rest of the group. She kind of reminds you of yourself when you were still new to the school with no one to talk to. Not until Crowe befriended you, of course. Were you as clingy to Crowe back then as she is with Brittany now? Sorry. They're kind of a rowdy bunch, huh? I hope you're not too overwhelmed. They sure are. Something. Look, Dee, you're still free not to join us for lunch if you're uncomfortable. Meeting new people is overwhelming. I just want to let you know that I respect your feelings and that you matter to you. Okay, bro, damn. Mr. Therapist over here. Crowe reassures you with a worried smile on his lips. You turn back to the group, the tall jock named Daryl now bothering Gio with an arm around his shoulder. Oh, Gio is the one with the hoodie, the purple hair. Okay, or the purple hoodie. The visible irritation on Gio's face did nothing to sway Daryl's happy-go-lucky personality. Brittany leans on one of the desks with her arms crossed, striking a conversation with the spectacled girl next to her. But what's her name? I didn't seem to catch it last time. Crowe glanced at where you were pointing at. Dude, I can't speak straight. I'm a mess right now. Jessie? You can call her Jess for short. She's best friends with Brittany. She kind of reminds me of you back then when we first met. All shy and quiet. Only that you're cuter. Crowe pinches your cheek playfully and you groan, but your mock annoyance is betrayed by the small smile that formed on your lips. How time flies, huh? That's right. You got yourself acquainted with Crowe in your sophomore year. Before you left for the city, your father emphasized the importance of having companions and establishing friendships, most especially in this college. Olympias University, the largest university in Titan City. It's known for having the best facilities and the best education. You're guaranteed to rise from the bottom to the top. Well, that's what the advertisement tells you. You try getting to know people during your first year, but to no avail. No matter how much you try to make friends, you just couldn't seem to bring it yourself to talk to anyone, and to your dismay, no one seems to bother to even befriend you. Sure, you would talk with a few classmates for projects, but nothing goes beyond that. As if they're scared of you. Or more like, disgusted? You can never tell. The looks you've received have all been mixed signals, some bad, some out of pity. That is, until Crowe came into the picture. Among everyone, Crowe was the sole person who approached you with the intention of friendship. You were wary of him at first. Why would someone want to befriend you out of nowhere? Your past experiences caused you suspicion. You've had a history with people who try to earn your good graces because you were somehow beneficial to them. You thought Crowe would be the same case, so you ignored him. But then he kept following you, trying to strike a conversation with you every now and then. You tried to dismiss him, ignoring his presence as usual, but Crowe was determined to break down your walls and kept insisting on tagging along until it annoyed you once. Just once. That is until it happened on the last day of your first semester in your sophomore year. You fell victim to one of the school's biggest hidden flaws. If Crowe wasn't there to stop them, you could not begin to imagine what might have happened to you. Thank goodness you're unharmed. You're concerned about me. How about you? You're the one who's hurt. Thinking back, you thought he was crazy and stupid. Taking blow after blow until the perpetrators got bored and left the both of you. Well, that's the whole point, right? As long as you're not hurt, this is nothing. You're crazy, you know that? And he just laughs it off, wincing due to the bruises on his face. I never got your name, crazy person. It's Jericho. Jericho Ichiban. But just call me Crowe. Nice to meet you, Crowe. I'm Theo. You brought him to the clinic that day and became inseparable ever since. Right after that incident, Crowe promised to never get in fights again and continues to keep his word on it. You really owe it to him. Good man, good man. You look back up at Crowe. He tilts his head. Something on your mind, Theo? Nothing, just happy that you're my friend. Good shot. Good shot. He looked at you with raised eyebrows. That could be it. That's an iffy shot, actually. That's an iffy shot. But I think he took it the right way. Probably surprised at how random your thoughts seem. I don't think we're there yet. This may be one-sided. You don't know. He didn't say anything as he lets your words sink in, and his usual gentle smile appeared on his face. Crowe inched closer to you, indicating that he feels the same way. Brittany must have taken notice of the amount of time wasted in talking and arguing as she turns to you one last time. We've talked a little bit too much. We'll end up not getting any seats if we keep this up. So, are you coming with us or not? Caught up in your little daydream about the past, Brittany finally spoke up, catching your attention. You looked back at Crowe, recalling his words. Don't force yourself to join if you're still uncomfortable. Then you decided to. Oh, okay. Ooh. I like that. Say, bro, I love how everything is so detailed. I don't know. Me personally, I'm not a very social person, and they seem like a bit much. Let me just go somewhere else, bro. You glance at the blonde-haired woman as she waits for your answer. You turn to Crowe. He too was anticipating an answer from you as a nervous drop of sweat rolled down his temple. You've got to be honest. Crowe was right. All of this is still quite overwhelming to you. Throughout your years here, you've only gotten used to Crowe's presence and his alone. But then yesterday, he introduced you to his new group of friends you didn't know he had. You're happy for him, you really are, but why does it feel like a lie whenever you tell yourself that? And why is your heart swell and your stomach churn from the thought of him not being by your side all the time? The horrible feeling of green envy and raging jealousy consumes you ever since the thought came across your mind. A sudden lump made its way to your throat, hindering you from forming words as you can feel your eyes starting to water while your shoulders started trembling. You need to get out of here. I need to go. Do you? You ignored him and the group as you pushed him away, earning a shocked look on both Brittany and Crowe's face. Theo, wait. Damn, I didn't think Brittany would make someone cry about being so bad at communication. For fuck's sakes, Daryl, shut up. I didn't mean it, okay? What? I'm right, aren't I? I'm going after him. Huh? Ichiban. Crowe didn't listen to his friends calling out his name, especially Gio, and he ran after Theo, rushing out of the room hoping to catch up to him. You shoved through the sea of students, receiving some irritated looks after pushing them aside. Their looks don't matter to you, however, as you try to get out of the crowd as quickly as possible. Theo, wait. Crowe's booming voice behind you isn't helping your rising anxiety, and your tears now slowly cascading down your cheeks. Cascading. Theo, please wait. What's wrong? Stop. Crowe cries out with each breath he takes. You keep on ignoring him. You turn a corner, hoping to lose Crowe in the crowd. The worried tone in his voice just makes the ache in your chest more and more painful. You do not care how many floors you ascended. As you run up from one floor to another, nearly tripping on the school's bad architecture. Before you knew it, you made it to the school's rooftop. Pressing an ear on the door, you don't hear Crowe's call anymore, and you let out a breath that you've been holding. Bro, piss me off. And then, everything slowly crashed down on you. You fell down on your knees and hugged them, not bothering with how dirty the floor is anymore. You look up as a few droplets of rain slowly drop down from the sky, a reflection of the salty tears now staining your cheeks. I'm so pathetic. Crowe is his own person. I feel so selfish to even think I'm his only friend like he is to me. Of course he can have other friends besides me. Why does it hurt? Oops. Oopsies. Is it because I'm just some nobody? All of them look so cool. Especially that Brittany girl. She's tall and pretty. Heck, I might mistake her for a model if it weren't her uniform. She seems like Crowe's type. The familiar ugly feeling made its way to your chest. You tightly clenched your fist to where your aching heart was. You want to rip it out in the open and toss it from the edge of this building. Will you leave me if he deems me unworthy? Was I ever worthy to be beside him? You can't think anymore. You don't want to think anymore. The tears now flooding your eyes as your sniffles turn to sobs, and you bury your face on your knees as you cry your heart out. The rain now heavy as if resonating with your sorrows. You have no idea how long you've been crying, but you've run out of tears to shed and have been staring at a blank space for a while now. Maybe it's time to head back. Well, you're gonna be soaked, bro. You look up at the dark skies, the rain slightly calmer, but still not stopping its downpour. Standing up and dusting your back, you were about to grab the handle when you heard another voice from the other side. Your heartbeat quickened. You swore you were alone when you got here. You were blocking the door the entire time, so someone coming in would be near impossible. You are curious how this individual managed to get past you. Or maybe they were just here before you, who knows? Forgetting your initial plan, you slowly approached the voice, making sure not to make too much noise as possible. Just as suspected, there is someone. A young man in a green vest. Must be his uniform, hair in the shade of a light blue, like how they remind you of the skies before it darkened, tied into a low ponytail by a white ribbon. He seems to be in a deep conversation with whoever it was beyond the phone he held to his ear. You can't quite hear the conversation he was having, much less understand what he's talking about. You assume he is speaking in a whole new different language. You step back. You're guessing the student is a foreigner. Seeing that he seems to pose no threat, you were about to leave when you felt a hand grab your shoulder. You stood frozen on your spot as you felt a huff of breath fan your neck. Something cold and sharp touched the side of your throat. Whoa! And you were no fool to understand quickly. It was a small knife he's threatening you with. Whoa! Whoa, buddy, chill out! Who are you? Speak, unless you want to get yourself in big trouble. By killing me, bro? Like, whoa. Yo, chill out. You're crazy. Let me turn the sound down a little bit. Yeah, it's a little. Oops. Okay. Sorry. It's so hard controlling the mouse like this. I'm surrendering. Yo, chill out, bro. I surrender, bro. I'm Thieful from Class 4B. Please don't kill me. You yelp out. The hand on your shoulder went loose as you feel him withdraw the knife. Taking it as a chance to push yourself off of him and turning around to face the blue-haired, knife-wielding student, you had the urge to throw a punch to his face. Instead, you didn't. Or rather, what you came face to face with is a look of confusion across his face and a hand under his chin. He isn't even looking at you. How rude. Are we not gonna talk about how you just put a knife in my neck, bro? What the hell is that about? Thieful. Why does that name sound familiar? In Class 4B too. That's your chance, always distracted by his own thoughts. You pathetically throw a punch at him. He, however, merely catches your fist with a single palm, his other hand never leaving his chin as he keeps pondering over his thoughts. Why'd you even bother? You were never the strongest in your family. I remember now. He swore he saw a light bulb lit up on the top of his head. He lets go of your fist and pockets his tiny knife. This turned out to be a foldable pocket knife and gives you a bright smile as if he didn't just start in your life mere seconds ago. What impeccable timing you have at the moment, Theo. He puts his hands together like a prayer and bows down, double taking his sudden shift in attitude. I'm in need of your help. You see, I can't attend my next class due to some familial, familial emergency, and I promised my partner I'd be there. But seeing that you're in class 4B, can you take over for me? What? Who does this guy think he is? Your next class is Art Appreciation with Mr. Allen, correct? Art Appreciation? Asking your next class is Art Appreciation with Mr. Allen. What the hell? Whoa, hold on. First of all, who the fuck are you? Second, why do you have a pocket knife within school campus? And third, why would I agree to your terms after you literally just started my life like that? As if realizing the situation, he lets out a gasp, his mouth shaping an O. He fixes his posture and then gives you a wink and a thumbs up. His name's Hugo Sugimoto. I'm from class 4A, but I often have my classes mixed with Mr. Allen to catch up on my missing subjects from my past years. This guy is a clear troublemaker. He just rubs the back of his head and chuckles as he continues with your next question. Taking out the pocket knife, he dangles it like some toy and presents it to you like it's the most exquisite thing you've ever laid your eyes on. You rolled your eyes. This? You know, we're too normal about this, bro. He literally just put a knife to your throat and he's holding it up to you, bro. This dude's not normal. He waves the pocket knife left and right. It's for self-defense. Bro, that was not self-defense. The guards are quite shitty at their jobs. Oh, I gotta stop doing that, bro. Doing that. And inspecting each bag, things as little as these are easy to slip by. Plus, it's quite useful if you're ever in a pickle. We're in school grounds. Just use scissors like any other normal human being. He puts his tool back in his pockets. And as for your last question, his expression relaxed, his goofy persona thrown out of the window as quick as it came. The tone now is a bit serious with his gaze fixated on you. Do you have friends, do you? Okay, that kind of offended you a little bit. Yes, I do. Yeah, but don't you ever think you feel like you're not doing much for them? Oh, he's guilt tripping me. Get the fuck out of here, buddy. It made you shut your thoughts up. I'm not gonna lie, not really the best guy out there. He blabbers on with the thought of whoever his friend is, but judging from the way he talks, he seems to care for him, admire him even. But people tend to misunderstand him, quite a lot. Heck, even I did. I thought I couldn't trust this guy with anything. Like how you didn't trust Crowe with anything before. Sorry for threatening you with a knife, Theo. Apology denied. But what I'm saying is that oftentimes I could never be there for him. I've given up the thought of staying by his side. But you, however, there was a gleam in his eyes you couldn't seem to decipher. Maybe you'll understand him. Get to the point. Please be his partner for your art class. He's down on his knees like a begging clown. The serious tone he had beforehand is now replaced with a blabbermouth crybaby before you. Seriously, he had you fooled there for a hot second. Okay, I'll be your friend's art class partner. Get the fuck up. You mean it? Thank you, Theo. I knew you were the right person. Just, who is this friend of yours anyway? His name is Soul. Don't worry, you won't miss him. Without sparing you another second and trying to ask for more information from him, he gives you a friendly pat on the shoulder before leaning in and whispering. Wipe your tears away, Theo. Crying does not suit people like you. And what does that mean? And with that, he's going down the stairs. You only stare at the now open door, your feet rooted on the cold tile floor from pure shock. How does he know I was crying? Brother, he was on the roof with you. And that's even crazier. Like, he was just holding that serious conversation while I was crying. It was probably real serious, because, I mean, he did put a knife to my neck. I don't like him. I don't like you, Hugo. You're now walking down the hallway. A few students were heading to their own respective classes, while some went to where the library was. You. One heart attack after the other. You swore this day refuses to give you a break. You aren't ready to face Crowe yet. He's probably worried sick, especially with what you pulled minutes ago. You're probably lost in your thoughts for too long that you suddenly felt arms wrap around you. Crowe's face buried at the crook of your neck as he held you tight. His shoulders were shaking. There was no one else behind you. It was just you and him. I looked around the campus for you. Where have you been? You bit your lip, not giving him a chance to hear your voice. Crowe pulls away from your neck, but still kept his hold around you. You refused to look at him straight in the eyes. He didn't push you for it, already satisfied with you in his arms. A sigh escaped his lips. With one hand, he cups your cheek and rubs it with his thumb as he observes your red and swollen eyes. He bit his lower lip. A flash of regret made apparent within his eyes. Just then, behind the both of you, you heard a lone student call out into Crowe's name. You swore that Crowe's eyebrows arched and twitched as if irritated. There you are, Jabad. Your presence is required by the council. Oh crap. I don't fucking care. Was that Jabad? Couldn't quite hear you. I'll be right there, Crowe says, but his back still facing the student. The student merely raised a brow, but didn't insist any further and walks away in the opposite direction. Crowe lets out a tired sigh as he returns his full attention to you. Give me a text once you're ready to talk. Pulling away, albeit hesitantly, he rummages for something in his pockets before taking one of your hands and placing something in it. Without turning your head, you look down and saw a handkerchief on your palm. I'll see you later, Theo. He turns on his heel and moves to the same direction where the student from before had headed. Excuse me. Once he was gone from your sight, you squeeze his handkerchief and use it to wipe your cheeks. Sorry, despite the salty tears that dry at this point. You know, like, I said this in another video, like, I never really thought I would be talking to the point where, like my throat is sore. Like, I never really thought. But, like, damn, bro. I wonder if there's any way to, like, combat this, or do I just have to power through it, bro? Pocketing the blue handkerchief, you slowly made your way to your next class. Barely making it to your next class, you slid the classroom door open, earning you a few looks from the students inside the room. Turning to the podium, you exhale a breath you didn't realize you were holding when you realized that your teacher was still absent. Wait, this is a mess. Alright, let me tap in. I still have my retainer in, like I literally just woke up. Fixing your composure, you scan the room. A few easels of shelves, and shelves filled with brushes and bottles stained with acrylic paint guarantee that you made it to the right class. Upon scanning the room, you thought back to what the guy who threatened you with a knife on the rooftop promised you. I won't miss him, huh? But that's the hard part. Everyone here looks like they're hard to stop from how colorful they all look. Typical art students with the colorful hair and looks in the way they dress, never adhering to the school's strict rules since they've never really affected by said rules. Y'all gotta give me a sec. Got some coffee, but I need to wake up. Liberty of a course not strict to academics, but you also took notice of some students who aren't in the course. You're guessing they took this subject as a minor subject. So either the sole character is an art student or some regular student. You gave up in your search and took your seat. In any case, you'll find out which one soul it is once the class starts. Hearing the classroom door open, your professor makes his way inside, his large round belly standing out, round spectacles sitting on top of his nose, and a stereotypical brown beret on his head. He greets the class before starting his lecture. Art exhibit project featuring various eras of art as part of our thesis. This time we're tasked with expressionism. Remember, this is all part of your paper, not to mention making a name for yourself, of course. Ho 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 ho. One like taking credit of the student's work and using it to advertise your shitty school. You scoffed at the thought. Hope you all got your partner already by this time. For this term, I'm tasking you all to create 3 works based on the exhibit's theme.
This is where you want to throw your desk out the window. How could you forget? You weren't present during the previous meeting and you absolutely knew no one in the specific class. Why were you taking art again? Oh, right. Your father was an artist and he was a farmer. Give me a second. I'm like convinced like it's because of my room. Yeah, it's like kind of dry down here. And like always I sleep under the vent too. That could be why too, but I always wake up congested. Like I always wake up with like a nostril blocked. Sometimes I wake up with those like dry freaking headaches, it's just I should probably get a humidifier down here. It's all for him. Maybe you can make a name for yourself with your works if ever your life as a gardener wouldn't turn out the way it should. All part of plan B, and if that fails, I've got plans C's and D. I've yet to make up the rest, or I guess I'll die. Shake away your silly thoughts. The problem is now at hand. You do not have a partner to work with. Well, go look for a soul. I want all of you to go to your chosen partner for this project so I can start explaining your task. Eventually, you were forced to have your seat since your seatmate's partner will be occupying it for the class. Now's the perfect time to look for the soul person Hugo was talking about, but up until then, you have no idea what he looks like. You're hoping he's a good person to work with and wouldn't put all the workload on you. You shiver at the thought. You've had enough of those kinds of people in your life, especially during your entire college years. Like the rest of the class scurrying around to meet their partner, you're the only fool who was standing still. No, the only one standing, because from the corner of the classroom there's a single student not bothering to stand up from their seat. Their seatmate had left to pair with someone else, leaving a vacant spot. That guy might be Soul. Well, we'll find out soon enough. He's not going to bother with his partner, unless... Hey there. He looks up from his desk and looks at your approaching form before you're eventually standing next to him. It's you. Seems like you're a bit lost there. Do you have a partner? No. Well, just your luck then. Me neither. So, do you want to be partners? Sure, why not? He took the vacant seat right beside him. His book now tucked away, and on his desk is now a pen and piece of paper, seemingly ready to take notes. Hey, I never got to know your name. It's not quite important. Well, I should at least know what to call you instead of Green Street Guy. He raised a brow at your silly nickname you gave him before slightly shaking his head. Sullivan, Brugmansia, Sullivan Brugmansia, I think. I totally just butchered that. Yeah, they got some extravagant names. But I suppose it's a college, so I think it's a college, right? So people are probably coming from all around the world, like Ichiban. That's the name you don't hear a lot. That's a cool name. I like that name. Just call me Soul. Soul. Soul means sun or brightness, right? Soulless. Will Soulless. Yeah. Okay, let me save up. Your name? Yeah, but it's not. Who am I to say that? Okay, the big return button is staring right at me, literally. Soul means sun or brightness, right? Soul nods, rubbing the back of his neck. You can say that. My mother gave me that name. It's a lovely name. Thanks. Well, I'm Theophil. Nice to finally know your name, Soul. Soul nods with a smile forming on his lips, then returning his attention back to the professor. 3 artworks to showcase. Nope, there has to be some form of expressionism. Mediums will be strictly traditional. The professor then proceeds to give other partners for your project before leaving you and the rest of the class for the day. Everyone in the classroom proceeds to talk with their partners, already brainstorming ideas on what they're going to showcase and hopefully could get a high grade. He turned to Soul as she took out his own charcoal pencil and his sketch pad for the class. You got any plans for our first display, Soul? Expressionism is about conveying one's feelings, right? The easiest for now is a portrait. Let's use your face for an example. My face? Let's have a low chuckle. There. You're making a cute expression right now. That can be considered as expressionism. Huh? He seems like he already has an idea on what to do. And judging from that half-filled sketchbook of his, he's quite familiar with the concept of art. You better not be filled with me, bro. We gotta leave that. We gotta leave that trope behind, bro. Me, however. No, why not? I'm bad at art. I always talk about this. I'm nowhere near where I want to be, so I'm gonna be humble because I am shit. So I am not that good at art, but I will be one day. Y'all can bet on that. Okay, one day I'm gonna have my own little icons, my own little profile picture, my own banner. Okay, I'm gonna have my own little stream. Like we're gonna have everything. Okay, and it's gonna be drawn by my own hands. Okay. I'm still quite a beginner. You got nothing to worry about. My usual partner isn't much of an artist either. Yeah, Hugo, stupid ass. Come on, use your brain, bro. Stop. Calm down. All the MCs are always oblivious. Like, bro, it's like you forgot who put a knife to your throat like 10 minutes ago, bro. Lock in. Your usual partner. Or maybe was he just Soul's friend who was like assisting him? I don't know. Oh yeah. Oh, he had an assigned partner for this class. This reading the last minute. Okay, yeah, it's Hugo. At the last minute for some important family business. Never tells me though. I'm not the type to pry either. Does your friend go by the name Hugo perhaps? Yeah. How'd you know? I met him during lunch. He was on the rooftop and he put a knife to my neck. Typical of him. Sorry you got dragged into this mess of taking this place. You shook your head, telling him that you don't mind one bit. You observe him as he goes on and on about his friend of his. Dude, speaking of that, bro. Y prego, Franco. I beg of you, bro. There's a spider, bro. Bro, okay, that was a mess. Like, if you guys are still tuned in, like at the start, I was tweaking out. I was all erratic, and because I freaking hurt myself, and I was tweaking out. Like I was trying to control myself, but no. Then I came back downstairs, and there was a spider on the wall, bro. And it was like, it wasn't big, bro, but bro, okay, I don't mind spiders. It was like the size of my thumb. It was like one of those black ones that like are super fast, bro. And I don't mind spiders. Like I have a daddy long leg like sitting right next to my desk. I don't mind spiders as long as they're away from my sanctuary. Like you wanna go in the corner, bro. You wanna crawl under my dresser? Go ahead. You can stay over there in the dark, humid spots. But bro, it was next to my 2 house flag, bro, on the wall. And I was scared to go to sleep. Oh, I was scared to go to sleep for like 2 hours, bro. Like I ran upstairs to go get something to catch it, cause I don't kill them. But when I came back, it was gone. And I was like tearing apart my bed and shit. I'm rambling. Let me focus. The spider's not gonna attack you. You're gonna be okay. You observe him as he goes on and on about his friend of his. Despite him shaking his head in annoyance, you can see a lingering sense of endearment in his words. Almost forgetting the fact that a short shit threatened you with a knife back on the rooftop. But seeing Soul like that, it was actually cute. Slowly taking out your sketch pad, you begin to draw Soul's various expressions as he talks. And here I thought this guy would be the type to brood a lot. I guess I was wrong. Would you believe me if I tell you that guy is one of the top students in the entire class, yet is always missing in action? He raised a brow in mild curiosity, pencil still on the pad. Really now, he doesn't seem to be that type of guy. Which part? Him being a top student or always missing in action? Shrugging, you continue on with your sketch. So, now taking notice of you scribbling on your sketch pad, pause, proceeded to lean getting a bit closer to your face, trying to pry the sketch pad off your hands. Were you drawing me this entire time? Maybe? No? Liar. I thought I was supposed to be the one drawing you, not the other way around. With a huff, he leaned back on his chair, crossing his arms in the process. In the process, as a pout made its way to his face, biting the side of his cheek as his lip piercing reflects the room's artificial light. Oh, come on. It's not a big deal, soul. Try to cheer him up. Plus, you look really cute. Soul's cheeks turned red. His eyes widened before swiftly averting his gaze from yours. The grip on his arm tightening, causing the sleeve of his shirt to wrinkle. I do like his outfit. You said something? Wait, did he say something? Not as cute as you. You said something? Nothing. You sure mumble a lot. It's a habit. Not used to talking all. Yeah, okay, you was just yapping your ass off, bro. You keep talking about your friend Hugo. You seem to be so fond of him regardless. So let's outside, rubbing the back of his head as a thought. He knew you were right, and he knows he cannot deny that he is fond of his friend. His only friend. We have something in common. I owe him a lot, that's all. Enough about Hugo, though. Let's continue on with our task. Alright. I'll keep and I'm drawing. That's final. You pout, and he merely chuckles. Alright, Grumpy. You couldn't help but hold your gaze on Soul's face, the bandages on his cheek most especially. Judging from how much it covered half of his face, you guessed it must have been a huge blow. You decide to question him. You fell down the stairs or something? What makes you say that? You pointed at the bandage. I'm sorry, bro. This freaking translation is throwing me off. It's not the full game. And you know, I can deal with it. I'm the incompetent one here. Pointing the bandage on his cheek. He pointed to the bandage on his cheek with the back of the pencil. He bit his lower lip, lowering his head a bit, trying to cover the bandage with his hair. You can say that. Nothing for you to worry about, though. I guess he must be referring to the stairs heading towards the rooftop. Knowing those flight of stairs are quite unstable, there's a huge possibility he must have fallen pretty bad. He seems quite embarrassed by the thought alone. So, you couldn't help but think there's more to the story than that. Or if he's actually even telling the truth. Either way, you don't want to make him uncomfortable. Turning your focus on the sketch pad, you continue on with your sketch. Hope it gets better soon. Thanks. The sound of the school bell rang loudly outside the classroom walls, signaling the end of class. Your professor gives your class one last instruction before bidding his students goodbye. Soul tries to pry your sketch pad off of your hands, probably wanting to get rid of the sketches you made of him while he was on this tiny rant. However, you were quick on your feet and shoved your sketch pad in your bag before he can get his hands on it. Soul gives you a pouty look before giving up eventually and starts packing his things as well, proceeding to head out of the classroom, waiting for you by the door. You have a phone? We should exchange numbers and update each other so we can do the next 2 more tasks. Soul then takes out his phone and asks for your number. You cite it out as he inputted it on his phone. Let me try to send you a message. You nodded and looked at your phone screen and saw a new notification from an unknown number. This must be Soul's. Sup. He types it differently from how you look. From the corner of your eye, you see Soul's eyebrow raised at your text. What's that supposed to mean? Nothing. He chuckled. He rolled his eyes. A stare lingers on Soul's face, and smile is embedded in his handsome features while he looks at the block of text on his phone. You bite the bottom of your lip and recall the events that happened today, formerly meeting Crowe's group, nearly getting a death sentence by meeting Hugo, and most especially, meeting Soul. Back then you struggled to form friends throughout college that you were convinced you would be graduating without making a single connection, which would undoubtedly disappoint your father, and you were ready for it. Thought to yourself, these are odd people, eccentrics at most, all misunderstood people, all human, all the same. A sudden wave of determination, wash over you. Okay. What is that? What is that game? Yeah, I'm not tapped in. I don't know if it's Deltarune or Undertale. I think it's Undertale, where that line comes from. I don't remember. I've not tapped into those games yet. One day. With the hand on your chest, you stare into Soul's orbs, making him tilt his head slightly. But Soul, I want to be friends with you. It's so odd. I can sense that people tend to misunderstand you and your overall personality. Soul's quiet, and his gaze remains on you with a lingering curiosity. But let me be different. I want to know you. I want to understand you, Soul. If you let me. Yo, this is way too like intimate. Like, what's so up with this, bro? What's going on? He blinked once and twice, and a chuckle. He puts a large hand on top of your head and then ruffles your hair, dude. Alright then, let's mark today as the start of our wonderful friendship with you. He playfully pushed his hand off your head and nudged him on the shoulder. He lets out a small laugh at your poor attempt. That's you, too, Sullivan. Brug, Manzia, Manzia. It's just so fine to you. Well, I need to get going. See you tomorrow? Huh? Oh, of course. But see you tomorrow, Theo. Giving Soul a wave goodbye, you make your way towards the school exit. Aw, look at. Oh. Hee My darling. My sweet darling Theo. See you later, pumpkin. Pumpkin? Pumpkin? That's cute though. That'd be nice. Having your own little pet name. As you walk through the hallway, your eyes caught in something on the nearby bulletin board. Oh yeah, it is autumn. Did we? No, we never said that. I'm thinking about the last game we played. Or the last 2 games we played. A poster was plastered on the large board. The Hallows Ball. Come enjoy the festive spirit of Hallows Eve. Yeah. October 31st. A Halloween party, huh? It seems promising. A sudden small vibration came from your pocket. I don't know, did y'all even hear that at all? I have no clue if y'all heard that. Whatever. It shouldn't matter. It's just little sound effects. I'll turn it up just a tad bit. There we go. A sudden small vibration came from your pocket. Steady calling my phone. Curious, you took out your phone, expecting another message from Soul. Crowe. Yes, sir. It was from Crowe. Your heart leaped from your chest, recalling the events that happened earlier this afternoon. Can you meet me after class? I'll be at the front gate. You didn't send a reply. Tearing off your phone, you quickly made haste to the exit. Go get your man. You approached the school's gate, keeping an eye out for your friend. Sure enough, there stood Crowe in all of his glory, postured straight with his arms held behind his back. Excuse me, his bag neatly placed on the floor and his foot tapping on the concrete floor nervously. Excuse me. No, I don't handle coffee well, so I don't drink a lot. But if you couldn't tell already, my voice is pretty cooked. I need something warm. You yourself were growing nervous with each step you took as you drew closer and closer to him. When you reached his side and made your presence known, the small greeting, you noticed the way Crowe's eyebrows raised in mild surprise, as if not expecting you to actually show up before him. He cleared his throat before composing himself properly, his body now facing your direction. You wanted to see me? Yes. Lifting his bag from the floor, he flings a strap over his shoulder and offers his hand for you to take. I'd like to take you somewhere. It's a bit near the park. I'll need you if you let me. Take his hand, bruh. I don't know. Taking someone's hand, like, it can. Okay, listen. If you're tapped in with friends, like, if you're tapped in with a friend, bro, taking their hand isn't awkward. People might see it as romantic. I feel like taking an arm is like way more possessive. If you understand, y'all get what I'm saying? Like hooking your arm around them and just like clinging to their side. I feel like that's way more possessive. I don't know. I'm thinking too much into this. We're gonna save up. This is definitely important. We'll start. We'll just take his hand and entwine our fingers. Why not? Took his hand. In return, Crowe wraps his fingers around yours. His nervous smile melts into a genuine and happier one, where he leads the both of you away from the school's gate and into the streets. By the time you and Crowe made it to the park, it was already sundown, and stars slowly started painting the sky. It is autumn, so what? Nah, I don't think it would be getting dark that early, though. We must get out of school pretty late. Is this the place you're trying to lead me to, Crowe? Not quite yet. Come here. You follow him through a thicket of thick bushes, surprised to see stony stairs. Though a bit run down, and still seems sturdy, step a foot on. Looking up, you see it leads somewhere above. You and Crowe make your way up the stony stairs, some red and orange leaves coloring the steps as you and him avoid a few puddles from the rain this morning. We're here. Come, it's a sight to behold. Taking one last step, you see Crowe admiring whatever was beyond him. His smile brightens, his eyes twinkle like the stars above. Your eyes went wide in awe upon seeing the scenery above you, before you, replicating the one Crowe has in his face. Not once did you take into consideration the idea of sightseeing within the city. Everything felt unfamiliar, intimidating even. You couldn't blame yourself for feeling so distressed about the idea of traveling, especially since you had no one else within the city to guide you. But gazing at the sea of lights that stretched out before you made you realize that you have been missing much of what the city has to offer. Looking farther ahead, you take notice of a tall tower decorated with bright neon pink lights. A bit to its right is a movie theater next to a mall. The rows of other buildings with multicolored lights seem endless. Now this is rare, okay? This is rare. Light pollution has taken away a lot of stars, you know? Where I live, I could see the stars. Like, it's just not a lot, you know? It's just not a lot. Like, I can see them, like, very clearly. It's just not a lot. I really think it would be cool to go, like, Alaska or like, Greenland or just somewhere kind of closed off. Where I could just, like, when it gets that dark, bro, you could just see all of the stars, bro. Is Greenland even a place? Yes, it's a place. I feel like a dumbass. Let me look it up. Because I was thinking of... Yeah, okay, yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking about. That's scary, though. Thinking about all the freaking deep water, bro. Yeah, Greenland would be awesome to see at night. That can't be a real photo. That's so AI. A little bit to its right, it's a movie theater next to a mall. The rows of other buildings with multicolored lights seemed endless. The more you scan the area, the more you see unfamiliar places that you didn't know existed. Your moment of silence while admiring the city view was interrupted by the sound of rustling grass. You turn around, finding the source of the sound. Crowe made himself comfortable lying on the ground under an old tree. Yeah, I just chopped that up. I didn't stop. I didn't beat that. You see his backpack leaning on its trunk. Hello, fine shit. You definitely, Crowe's definitely being my title, bro. I don't care about soul. I mean, just look at him, bro. You turn your back from the city and walk to where Crowe lies, designed to keep him company. His gaze on the starry sky shifts to you as you sit down beside him, and a hopeful smile grows on his face. Judging from your face all lighting up, you like this place, huh? Care to join me? Accepting his invitation, you give Crowe a slight nod that brought joy to his eyes. You stretch a bit and lie on your back, right next to him, your fingers barely touching. You and Crowe look at the night sky. You observe how the stars twinkle as if the rain from this morning never happened. How did you manage to find this place? You tilt your head to look at him, and gives you a closed-eyed chuckle before his twinkling gaze meets yours. I take it you never heard of Lily Smith, have you, Theo? Lily Smith? Crowe points up at the old tree that stood above you and then returns his gaze to the stars. They say that this tree that the humans came in contact with was blessed by the gods that guard this land. This very same tree here used to bear multiple fruits. They say that they never rot and are free for anyone to take. Or so what the popular interpretation says anyways. There are other versions of the myth. Crowe shrugs his shoulders. Moving his gaze from the sky back to the tree, he stares at it, as if trying to decipher something just by the mere look of it. There are other versions, yes. Some say the fruits are actually poisonous. Others say it's only meant for the gods and no human must take from it lest they be cursed. It sounds quite gruesome. It's no wonder they would rather use the latter version of the myth. Crowe lets out a low chuckle at your statement, nodding a bit as if agreeing with you. I guess that might be one of the reasons. How you feel? He pauses before speaking again. You perk an eyebrow at him. Yeah. This seems like a silly question. No. Lay it on me. Tell me what it is. Do you believe in gods? This question caught you by surprise. You ever thought of Crowe as a religious type? Or so to be interested in gods, or maybe he's just curious by the idea of them. This may be the best moment to know for sure. I feel personally. I'm not gonna get into too much into it because it doesn't matter. But me personally, I do believe there is some sort of higher power, bro. Like, just the idea of us, bro, is just so insane, bro. Like the idea of the brain and the body, bro. Like, I don't know, I don't know, you just really don't know. The idea of everything, like the universe, bro, it's just so crazy. Like, there has to be something else out there. Like if we evolve, bro, there's so much, bro. There has to be something out there, bro. I don't know what it is, but I mean, there's nothing I can really do about it, bro. Like, as humans, bro, we're in the dark, bro. We're in the dark, there's nothing we can do about it, So, I guess me myself, I just try to go through life, trying to, do my own thing, bro. Do my own thing. That's really the most important thing, you guys, is just doing your own thing and being happy with what you're doing. Being happy with yourself, and I try just to be a good, decent person. I try to be good towards my friends and family. I know I'm not the best, but I stick to myself, and eventually we'll get our answer, bro. You just have to be patient. So I guess I do, whatever I do. They are the very beings that bless our lands and soil. Back in my hometown, we would go to worship in our village's patron goddess, church, and pray for a good harvest. You recall your visits to the village temple with your father, being regular as you visited enough to the point where you became friends with some of those who resided within the church. Excuse me. Every time you dropped by to worship, you and your father would offer your healthiest crops to thank the patron. You haven't gone to church in a while, probably because the city doesn't have a church for your patron deity. Your goddess had more followers near your village all the way to the south. Crowe gives you a nod of understanding. How about you? Do you believe in gods? Did I save there? Okay, I did. Do you believe in gods? You turn to Crowe, repeating the same question he asked you earlier. He scans your face, your eyes, your nose, then your lips. His lingering gaze made you shrink back, your heart fluttering slightly. Crowe seems to realize something to himself as he returns his attention to the stars above, sighing. I don't. It surprises you, and Crowe laughs as your visual shock and confusion. What? You didn't think I'd be a non-believer? If I have to be honest, no. Why so? I'm kind of dressed like a priest. That is kind of true. You're very regal. Crowe's as your eyes grew wide as he broke out into one of the loudest laughs you ever heard from him. He laughed so hard that he had to clench his stomach and wipe at the tear-stained corners of his eyes. He was still chuckling when he unbuttons the first two studs of his black polo, revealing more of his collarbone to you. You gonna show me? I better show me, bro. You quickly avert your eyes, finding the tree's leaves to be interesting at this moment, and you feel familiar heat rush to your cheeks. How's that? Less formal? For fuck's sake, Ichabod. It feels like I'm seeing a Victorian woman's ankles for the first time. Crowe grins at your reaction, and took the both of you a few more seconds of going back and forth with his teasing, and you reprimanding him before you finally calmed down. The next few moments were spent with you pointing at the stars, and Crowe teaching you the constellations with a gentle whisper-like voice. Both felt silent, basking in the peace of the night. As the silence prolonged, Crowe fell deep in thought. About today, Theo, and about the guys. We're moving to this conversation next, huh? Gotta be honest, Daryl put me up on this little hangout while I was feeling down in the dumps. I think I do have to thank him for forcing me and actually gave me the courage to talk to you after class. That's out of breath, he didn't know he was holding, refusing to meet your eyes. I just don't know if I've said you by suddenly dragging you into this group. I probably should have told you about them a long time ago, huh? I'm sorry, Theo. You bit your lip. You suspected that you might have upset Crowe by making him think that you didn't like the group's presence at all, that he's forcing you to bend to his will. One thing to know about Crowe is that he is never the type to demand, to control, to be a king, to be a tyrant. You didn't do anything wrong, Crowe. In fact, I should be the one to apologize. You speak up without thinking. Crowe turns his head to look at you, his gaze swelling with confusion at your apology. I'm sorry for making you feel bad. I didn't mean to be upset, I just swallowed a lump in your throat, trying your best to hold the tears that were threatening to spill. I just thought that you'd forget about me after. They're amazing people. Brittany's pretty, Dale's a fun guy, Gio's so cool, and Jess is loyal. They're a great group. And most importantly, you're amazing, Crowe. You are all amazing, but not me. I'm just not sure if I could ever be part of the group. You were always hidden in the shadows. No matter how much you tried to fit in, you were never to be considered. People treated you like someone to toss away, someone to use. You are worth nothing but an extra. That's what she always tells you. You couldn't hold it back anymore. A sob escapes your lips, your vision slowly blurring as you feel wet droplets of tears finally sliding down your cheek from your eyes. For a moment you saw panic in Crowe's expression, seemingly not expecting you to burst into tears. He reaches out to hold your hand. And suddenly, you feel a pair of arms circling around you as he pulls you closer to him, letting you sob on his shoulder. He says nothing while rubbing a hand along your back, allowing you to cry, not caring about his clothes getting wet from your tears. Once you calm down, Crowe rests his hand on your back, not letting you out of his embrace. You're amazing, Theo. I'm sorry. I never get to tell you that no matter how many times I thought of it. I just couldn't seem to find the words. But you're amazing in your own way, Theo. You may not know it, but you're beautiful. You're funny. You're quite a phenomenon. You can feel vibrations coming from his chest, from the chuckle he emits. Heck, you're the funniest person I know. All I'm saying to you is that you're amazing. You have no idea how much tears you shed tonight. Sometimes you think it's silly and childish to cry over what was probably a trivial matter to some, but the urge to sob returned after hearing those words from him. You want me to call you the amazing Spider-Man just to prove that you are amazing. It makes you giggle a bit as you wipe your tear-stained cheeks. With whatever strength you could muster, you slowly pulled away and lifted yourself up. You see yourself up, hovering over Crowe. Oh my goodness. And there you see the very same man that made you cry by literally doing nothing. His braid came loose. He didn't know when, but his hair pulled around his head. Crowe stares up at you with serene eyes, remaining silent as a gentle smile plastered on his face. There was nothing but the moon illuminating his tender features, yet to your vision he seems to glow. He is absolutely beautiful. And how you wish you could blame everything on him. If you could, you'd tell him that he's the reason for all the unnecessary feelings flowing in your chest. Tell him exactly how good and bad it all feels, the heartaches and butterflies fluttering around your stomach. You want to blame him, but you can't.
Ooh. That's a big choice. See me? I'd never make the first move. Sorry, girl. Sorry, girl. I'm leaving out to you, buddy. I'll come back to it. We'll see it anyways.
You didn't feel as bad as before, but your vessel is not completely empty yet. Somehow, just looking at Crowe, at the comfort he brought you, made you want to bask in it longer until you were sure you had no tears left to shed. Leaning down once more, you bury your face in the crook of his neck, and his arms instinctively wrap around you. His hug warm and soothing as he waits for you to gather your thoughts. That's a scary choice too, especially with like such a good friend, bro. Like that can make everything so awkward. Crowe rubbed circles on his back, a silent way of telling you that he was there. You were not alone, that he'd be there whenever you needed him. He didn't say a word, understanding that you need silence more than anything right now. You didn't thank him enough for always knowing what you needed. You have no idea exactly how long you remained in that embrace, while lying down on the grass, but you feel a lot better than that you are ready to get back up on your feet. You pull away, meeting Crowe's eyes that seem to ask after your well-being. Fixing his... Give me a second. Reset. Fixing his collar, he turns to you. Good to go? You can read that just from his gaze. You nod slightly, and it is only then that Crowe completely releases you from his embrace, helping you sit up before he dusts off the grass that stuck to his shirt. He gives you a once-over and gently swats away the leaves on your hair and clothes. You blink at him, and only smiles at you. You get up and Crowe retrieves his bag, almost forgotten by the tree. He looks back at you and takes your hand silently. It was time to go. It's time to leave this magical place. You look at the stars at how brightly they shone. You give the sky one last glance before turning away, and clasp tightly around Crowe's as you let him lead you home. Crowe walks you to your apartment, knowing that he kept you out late at night. What's his heart? Oh. Why is Crowe so low? I've been spending all my time. I guess it's because I ran up to a rooftop, which initiated me going to see Soul. And plus, I hugged him too. I didn't kiss him, so Soul is really weighing down. So they're beefing. Okay, I guess that is how I kind of remember it. I'm rooting for Crowe though. If we don't get Crowe in this thing, it's whatever. He'll get him eventually. Hey, he's still being my thumbnail boy. He's being my poster boy. You bid Crowe goodbye as he safely sees you inside and gives you a wave before turning on his heel and making his way down the stairs. You close your apartment door and lean on it, heaving a puff of air. You recall the conversation you had with Crowe, how you walked with him on the street leading to your home. I'm going to give the guys a chance. I think I judged them too quickly. So I want to do better. I want to get to know them better. If you trust them, then I trust them too. Crowe's expression was of surprise at your declaration, as your determined face reflected in his orbs. Crowe chuckles at your enthusiasm, giving you a friendly pat on the head. I'm glad you're giving them a chance to you. I'm sure they'll feel the same. You engage in another conversation with Crowe during your walk. The topic's not really being of any importance, as you've forgotten them by now, save for his gentle voice and the occasional fond glances he stole at you. I wonder how many points kissing Crowe would have given me. That's huge, no? If that goes right, that's huge. That's literally sealed, bro. Time with Crowe seemed to pass by so quickly. You arrived at your apartment complex before you knew it. Holy, Soul would blend in perfectly here, bro. You make your way to the living room and you throw your school bag to a random corner. Oh my goodness. I'm playing like 2020 mode right now, bro. People opening my door. Mom screaming at my brother, bro. Am I good to go? Alright, I'm gonna start up. Immediately flopping down on your sofa as you turn on the small television. Nothing interesting is going on, save for some food commercials and movie trailers. That pizza looks good. Maybe I should order something. Reaching to your pockets and taking out your phone, you're about to dial the numbers on the television when a new notification bubble popped up on your notification bar. It's from a group chat you've never seen before. After scrutinizing it, you realize that it was Crowe who added you in. was a group chat with the rest of his friends. You open it. Uh-oh. You want to go to the Halloween party this Friday? It's gonna be awesome. Are we a bit too old for costume parties? Is it required? These are no fun at all. I won't go if it's not a school requirement, much less a waste of my time. Is it? No, it isn't. But it'll be a great and fun experience for all of us. I mean, we should loosen up a bit, you know? I agree with Crowe. Count me in. Pass. Got more important things to do than a party. Will you excuse me? I'll be doing my leftover task for tonight. Jesus, taking them out as usual. How about you, Theo? Whoa. Me? Joining? It'll be fun. Fuck no, baby. Party's not my thing, bro. I'll be like, okay. I'll go for free food, but bro, it's gonna be too loud, bro. Recently, bro, I've been like, I've been getting so overwhelmed by everything, bro. Like, I always have my headphones, and I think it's gotten too used to them, bro. Cause like, the second I take them out, everything's just way too loud, bro. Wish people too loud, my social battery would die too quick. So honestly surprised if someone remembered you. Checking your calendar through your phone, didn't seem to have any plans in the near future, or plans at all. You'd like to just spend your time in your apartment alone. I mean, sure. It's great to hear. Rose seems happy about it. You giggle. This also reminds you of something, or rather someone. Opening another chat, he tapped in Soul's newly added contact and sent him a message by sending the image of the same poster Dale sent. Halloween party, hosted by the school. Yeah, I'm not quite into parties. Oh, well, that's alright. Just asking, that's all. Wait, if you're coming, then I'm coming as well. Really? Really? Do you plan on dressing up? I don't know, do you? I mean, it's a costume party, so why not? I'll try to think of something then. You swear you can feel the smile behind those words. With a quick word of goodbye, you set your phone down and you heard the doorbell. And you order food that quick? That must be the food delivery. There's no way. Oh, damn, you ordered food that quick? Let me get that service, bro. Afterwards, you ate your dinner and prepared yourself for bed. You thought about the events that happened today, meeting the group, meeting Soul, and most especially your little hangout with Crowe. Oh, now most especially it's the hangout with Crowe. Okay. I wonder. Okay, I made no choices, so. Each and every moment is a special occasion on its own. Laying out a big yawn as you stretch your body. Turn to your laundry, slowly piling up, and scratch your head. We'll probably do laundry tomorrow, but for now, you flop yourself in the soft cushions of your bed, getting into a comfortable position, slowly dozing off as you close your eyes, embracing sleep as the night goes. I was just sleep that easily. And this maiden, she lives with no other thought than to be loved and be loved by me, one who loves. I was a child, she was a child, in this kingdom by the sea. Chapter 2? Day 2. Okay, it's day 2. The kingdom. The sun setting by the horizon colors the grassy field in a deep golden orange as the wind made some strands of hair brush across your face. Your ever-beloved home, the tall grass, the fresh air, the various farm animals that you and your family raised since you were but a mere child. Okay, so it's a flashback. You can't even imagine what was happening before you right now as a group of people came while they talked with your father. Your only family member left. You see the distress in your father's eyes as he tries his best to negotiate with the people before him, the desperation in his voice, and sweat running down his neck as he moves around his hand, gesturing this and that. Please just give me more time. I promise I can pay up. This is all we have left. I don't know where else to go if we lose this farmland. We've given you enough chances already, Mr. Fool. If you don't pay up your debt, we'll take your land. Sharks. Loud ringing of the school bell rings bang across the hallway, making you jerk out of your thoughts. Students came out across through the classroom doors. You feel someone shaking you awake. Hello, Crowe. You sat up and met face to face with Crowe. Good morning, Sleeping Beauty. A yawn. You opened your eyes as you looked around. Your fellow classmates are now gone from their seats, as it is now lunchtime. But what did I miss? Nothing important, though if you're having doubts, I can lend you my notes afterwards. Thanks, Crowe, you're a lifesaver. Anything for you, do you? Do you recall the little dream you had? You quickly shake it off as you let out a stretch, popping a few joints before you got up and went out of your classroom with Crowe in tow. You met up with a group of friends, seeing Daryl with Gio and Crowe waiting by the lockers. Brittany coming along behind them and Jess. You waved at them. Good noon to you all. Regards, Daryl. How was class? Boring and boring. So glad to be out of there. One more useless minor and I'll be out of here. Gio just shrugged and handed his hoodie pocket while the other on his phone. We gotta to at least do something in our major city though. Okay. My major today though. I'm glad about. More papers. But it was at least something. Enough about papers. So about the Halloween party. Any ideas for a costume yet? As they talked to each other, in the corner of your eye you noticed a familiar figure. And so, he came out of a classroom with another seemingly familiar looking person coming after behind him, seemingly bored of his mind. It's that guy from yesterday. But he really wasn't kidding about being friends with Soul. So we're not going to talk about we're not going to talk about this knife incident. Like, I feel like we brushed past that way too quick. Like, are you suspicious or like a little scared around him, bro? Like, me, okay, so I only like Hugo, so I'm gonna call Soul over. I don't want to go. Nah, fuck Soul. I'm gonna stay with the group. They seem pretty busy. Doing away whatever idea you had, you return your attention back to your group of friends. So, we're in for a long haul, bro, a long ride. I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot of choices, and we're just barely got to day 2, and I think I'm already like an hour 20 into it. So, cafeteria. I like that expression. Everyone cringed, not hiding their discomfort. No. Hell no. Not there. I'd rather not, Daryl. How about somewhere else? Gio just facepalmed. Well, what do you suggest? Daryl flailed his arms. He thought for a moment as he looked outside. Bushes with a few flowers sprouting caught your attention as it blends well with the red and yellows of autumn. It gives you a sense of tranquility. Garden. That's right. I may know a place. Have you guys been to the school's garden behind? Oh, right. In the botanical garden used by the pharmacy course? That could be a good idea. And this is space perfect for a little picnic today. But isn't that place booked? Locked? Just biked in. You turned before pulling out a set of keys from your belt and dangling them. I just happen to be a volunteer gardener. Extra credit. I didn't know you gardened, do you? Everyone's gaze is on you. Curiosity in their eyes. Even Gio's eyebrow raised a bit. Everyone except for Crowe. Well, he grew up on a farm, and how everyone's attention was on Crowe, catching him off guard by the looks they're giving him. Of course you know, lover boy. Brittany whispers under her breath as she rolls her eyes. Jess just giggled. Crowe's cheeks burned red from Brittany's comment. You rub the back of your head. Never really got the chance to properly introduce yourself to them, huh? Considering you just started hanging out with him a week and a half ago, these past months you've only been hanging out around Crowe with the most. He was your only friend. Maybe this is time you get to know them, and them with you. Brittany let out a sigh as she turned to you. You moved the picnic basket to her other arm and placed a free hand on her hip. I'll lead the way, Theo. You nod before escorting the group along the back of the school and into the gardens. You inhale the familiar scent of fresh earth. A few leaves dance around the air, guiding by the winds of autumn. Before you stands the school's own greenhouse. Greenhouse where multiple healthy greens and colorful flora grow. This place is usually occupied by biology and botany students with the occasional science teacher watching over them. You worked a lot of odd jobs for the school to lessen your student loan expenses. Your duties range from being a janitor to a teacher's assistant, but none of your positions would last as long as you hoped for because you always found yourself somehow getting in trouble for some sort of mess you made. You felt hopeless until your advisor recommended placing you in a greenhouse. With your background and knowledge related to plants, you thought maintaining the greenhouse was a perfect fit. You've been working here ever since. Oftentimes, you think you understand the layout of the place, that you practically know the area like the back of your hand, but every day you seem to discover a new corner that you've never been to before. Sometimes you're not even sure if you're within campus grounds anymore. It's probably because of the forest that stretched beyond this area. Anyway, there's a large fence preventing you from crossing this border, so you never really bother to explore further unless you want to get in trouble or accused of slacking off. Alright, for now you want to show your group of friends the new discovery you've made on duty last week. There's a field with a large tree right around the corner. It can make for a perfect shade for a little picnic, you exclaim, earning a look of approval from Brittany, almost as if she's impressed. The rest of the cast follow behind you as you lead them to your destination. You hear some gossip all behind you. I don't know, wouldn't it be a little chilly? I guess we're in October, bro. I feel like it would be a little chilly, bro. And why they still got the girls in skirts unless they chose to wear the skirts? I feel like if a school had, I'm pretty sure schools have like winter uniforms, bro. Or at least where I live, bro. By October, it's pretty chilly. You hear some gossip all behind you. Daryl chuckles heartily in delight. Crowe hums, feeling pleasant, and you hear Brittany saying interesting. They're clearly amazed at the field before them, and it fills you with pride knowing that you are able to impress them. Well, come on, the field's great, especially to lie on. Let's see what we have out. Not yet. Brittany slapped Daryl's hand away from the basket before he could rate the whole thing, making him wince and pout. Hold your ass down, you'll have your turn. At this point, I'll have to charge you every time y'all hit me. Like some sort of masochist? Either. Oh, fix your vowels. No, that's not vowels. Consonant, I think. Bro, I've been practicing. I've been trying to learn Italian. You know, I'm always so busy and I kind of suck at it, but you know, like when you start learning a new language, bro, at least me personally, bro, you realize how little you know about the current language. You know, me myself, you know, I have literacy. Like I'm well spoken. I can speak. I just speak fast. My brain thinks faster than I can speak, and sometimes I ramble and I stutter and I mess up my words. But I think I'm pretty well spoken. But what was I about to say? Yeah, when you start learning a new language, you start actually like when I'm in school, like I get straight A's, okay? But I don't go beyond that. Like I don't take advanced classes because I really don't care about school, okay? I'm not an academic weapon. I don't care, bro. But I keep losing my train of thought because I'm yapping on. But what I was trying to say is when you learn a new language, it really, at least for me, it makes you realize how little you know about your current language. Like I was learning Italian, and like I know what vowels are, but you know, like I sound like a dumbass saying this, but like I didn't know the definition of consonant or like indefinite articles or definite articles or just like contractions. Like I didn't know what any of those were because you know I never really needed it. Like I speak English, you know. I don't plan on being a professor and shit, and you know, whatever. I'm just yapping, but you know, I am practicing Italian. So hopefully one day with you guys, I can be fluent. You know, maybe like it'll be cool to do a whole video in Italian. Like that would be awesome. One day though. Are you some sort of masochist? Daryl gave Gio a side eye. Brittany shook her head while Jess just giggled. It was cute. It was a cute little get together that Brittany planned last night. She wanted to make a few sandwiches, so she prepared lots of varieties. The blanket or few Tupperwares with some of the sandwiches inside while the rest were eaten. Everyone got their fair share already, but by now everyone was just minding their own business. Daryl was having the time of his life with 2 sandwiches on both of his hands. Brittany and Jess were talking. Gio was a bit further away from the group, leaning on the bark of the tree, seemingly lost in thought. Okay, Scara.
I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say that, bro. Bad thoughts. Every time I see a character, I cannot stop thinking about that stupid ass video, bro. Got me fucked up. This shit's so stupid. I didn't play Genshin. Like, I played Genshin on my sister's phone, like when it first came out, but I wasn't interested in myself. Like now, I'm really into Genshin. Like I probably have like 1,000 hours. Like in just this past half a year. Is that even possible? It's not even possible, you dumbass. Is that possible? That's possible. Because it's like 24 hours times 30. That's definitely possible. How many hours in 6 months? It will just say 6 months random, excluding the odd amount some months have. We'll just say 4,380. Okay, that's definitely possible. Stupid ass nigga. Dumb as hell. Okay, who am I speaking to? I'm rambling. I'm being dumb. Did I save up? Memory just poof, bruh. Attention span of a toddler. Speak to Gio. Speak to Daryl. I don't really like Daryl. I don't have a problem with him, but he's just whatever. Brittany. I like Brittany. I like her character's nice. Gorgeous. Jess? I don't know. Let's see, whatever. I think I want to learn more about Gio, though. The clone. You were quite hesitant to approach Gio at first. You always saw him as someone quite intimidating. More intimidating than Brittany. Literally, bro. Like, come on. Okay, I'm not saying... Okay, look. Like, I'm not saying this... I'm not saying just because of the style. Or the Asian style, I think. Okay, listen. I don't mean to offend anyone. Because I'm not very well versed in that sort of area, like heritage and cultures and wording. Okay, so sorry. I don't even know my geography. I don't even know all the continents. But like you seriously, you can't tell me this doesn't remind you of the demon. Okay, like come on, look at the eyes, bro. Like come on. I'm not being a dumbass here by saying this. Like I'm gonna put a picture like right here of the demon. Right here, the demon. I think if I remember. And y'all will see. He acts just the same too. It's probably the way he carries himself. Let's look at his haircut, but come on. Okay, yeah, okay, I'm done. His towering height isn't helping either. It seems like you've been staring at him for too long. He stopped chewing on his sandwich as his gaze met yours. I'm gonna take a. I might put 2 or 3 people in the thing. He shivered. What do you want? Nothing. I have questions. Yeah, I got questions, dude. Why are you so fine? Hurry up and spit it out. Why do you hang out with us? I mean, I don't mean in a bad way. It's just that I'm curious. You don't seem the type to. His piercing gaze made your voice die down. You cursed in your breath. Fuck. I think this is it for me. I get it. But you wouldn't understand. Leave me to my devices. Now. He demanded before wrapping a half-eaten sandwich he had in his hand before throwing it towards you. You caught it, nearly losing your balance. Okay, I'm just your garbage boy. And give that to Daryl. So my appetite. Damn, bro, you're rude, bro. You're a sassy thing, bro. I like him. Gio then crossed his arms and looked up at the sky, until the autumn breeze passing by him, making his long hair sway along with his washi earrings. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm sorry if I butchered that. You take a look at the wrapped, half-eaten sandwich in your hand. Guess I'll never know. Sigh. I wonder, can I speak to Gio again?
Turned back to Gio. He side-eyed you for a brief moment, but didn't say anything as you continued on gazing at the sky. Okay, is this one of those things where I have to talk to everyone? Fair, fair, fair enough. Don't mind. Then let's go down the line. Daryl seems to be the least busy out of everyone. You approached him in his sitting figure as you took a seat in front of him. One sandwich gone from his hand as he munched on the other one in his other hand. He notices you and stops eating, tucking away the sandwich and placing all his attention on you. Here. He took out the half-eaten sandwich you got from Gio and handed it to him. He tilted his head to the side. You can't finish yours. It's from Gio. Really now? Not gonna lie, that's quite uncharacteristic of him. Usually he would either finish it or throw it away. Not that I'm complaining though, thanks to you. Daryl thanked you with a smile, took the half-eaten sandwich from your hands before tucking it away. Got something to ask me, Theo? Okay, so Daryl does have. Whoa! Dude, there's so many freaking options in this game. Like, how am I supposed. There's no way, like, if it's this expansive, bro, I'm going to be able to get all these options. If I literally get every single bit of dialogue, it's going to take years. And by the way, this is still a demo. If you guys didn't, if you guys forgot, this is still a demo. That's, let me save up. Return. Let me ask about Gio. Gio is the spectacle today. What are your thoughts on Gio? Daryl smiled as he leaned a bit forward. Gio's my favorite guy, even if he's a bit of a meanie at times. What makes you stick to him? Isn't he mean to you like you said? Daryl smiled brightened as his eyes went soft. He side-eyed the male by the tree who had his arms crossed. Gio's attention was somewhere else. People are scared of him, probably because of his background. What about it? The thing is, no one really knows what his family does, other than the fact that they're super rich and that they're highly involved with the founder of the city. People have seen him with his bodyguards, all rugged and tall and very intimidating. Heck, I even saw him with one huge katana on their backs. He shivered. Clearly you don't want to deal with them. What makes you not scared of Daryl? I mean, you clearly know what his family and himself are capable of. You see, Theo, I'm not really scared of him. On the outside, he's all stubborn and cruel. But on the inside, he's a really nice guy. Think of him like come on, it's one-to-one. It's one-to-one correlation, one-to-one relation. He pursed his lips, thinking a bit. He's like a stubborn cat. Scare meow. Come on, bro. They had to be the inspiration, right? It's like a stubborn cat. And glance back at Gio one more time. Okay, I'm gonna shut up about it, I'm sorry. You're seeing the cat, you're seeing the tail, alright? Now that you think about it, with this vision based on Daryl's declaration, it does not seem quite intimidating anymore. How cute. And you hear a sigh from Daryl. You return from your attention to him. Is that what he's gonna dress up as for the Halloween party? I totally dig that. Not in a weird way, but like I like it. Okay, chill out. Now, elbow on his leg as he held his face in his hands. Which begs me to wonder how you ended up being in the lower class with us. Lower class. How we have things like that. Oh? You didn't know about the hierarchy, do you? You shook your head. No, and Daryl scratched the back of his head. Oh damn, well, you, almost everyone knows about it. I don't blame you, since no one really likes bringing that type of subject up. I think either Crowe or Jess would like to explain it to you. It's not Brittany, so he gets riled up when it's mentioned. You nod in understanding, and Daryl gives you a smile. Anyway, you got something to ask me, Theo. Okay. Wow, this is a lot. This is a lot. This reminds me of the Dreamer mod. There's a lot of dialogue. I'd like to know more about you, Daryl. Daryl rubbed the back of his head. Quite embarrassed you thought about him. Well, aren't you a flatterer? Where should I start? He thought for a while, his legs crossed while you waited for him as he pondered. Well, I'm the ace of my football club. I hate my coach, but don't tell him that. I love food, like lots. My favorite would be sweets. If you ever got any on you, smuggle me some, will you? He says with a wink and a nudge. Other than that, I guess that's pretty much it. Got something to ask with you? Alright, that was nice and short. What about Jess? Someone's in my house. Dogs are going crazy. do you think about Jess? The mention of Jess's name. Daryl's whole face turned red and he started sweating. Okay, so we got Daryl, Jess, and then we got me and Crowe, and then who else? Brittany and Gio? Question mark? Who knows? I feel like they have a really toxic relationship. I feel like Brittany and Gio would like hate each other. Daryl's whole face turned red as he started sweating. What about her? I don't know. Like, you tell me. What do you think about her? Oh, he's gonna start daydreaming. Look at him. Dale's cheeks just kept getting redder and redder. For a moment, his gaze turned to where Jess and Brittany were. Or Brittany X Jess. Who knows? Who knows? Because I know Jess clings to Brittany. Or just all good friend group. But you know, we gotta shoot for stars, especially if we're playing a romance game. He sighs as he looks away. Jess is the sweetest human being I've ever met. Oh, but don't tell anyone. I trust you just because Crowe trusts you. Okay? All right. I don't know what's the big fuss yet, but I promise I won't tell. He raised her hands and surrendered. And tall Jacques deflated on the spot and shoulders down along with his mood. But yeah, she's sweet, she's pretty, she's cute. While some would make fun of me, she's always there to give me a pat in the back. He groans, doubling over. His expression seems like he wants to throw up as he buried his face in his hands. But I doubt she likes me back. He tilts her head, wondering why he thinks that way. What makes you say that? The way she looks at Brittany. Exactly. I don't think that's the look of someone in love. At that, your eyes widen in surprise. You quickly turn your head to where the two girls were. The eyes behind the transparent frames looked like the fresh citrus oranges in summer. They were bright, and they were fresh for the picking for Brittany. I know because that's the same look I gave her when I first met her. It's the same look I see on Crowe when he looks at you. He tore a loose strand from his bangs. He looked away from the two girls and focused on your surprise figure. I hate it. But hey, Daryl and Gio, they seem pretty fond of each other. It could go that way too. You never know. You never know. Hate it. And I love seeing the look on her face. I wish it was on me though. I'm sorry, Daryl. He chuckled a bit. It's alright. Maybe one day I'll confess just to get off my chest. All I want is to see her happy, even if it's not with me. Anyway, enough of this sad shit, Theo. You got something to ask me? What about Brittany? Daryl gives you a proud smile. Brittany, she was my first friend back when I was new to the football team. Does she cheer? Okay, yeah. You'd be surprised that she used to be in the cheer squad despite her being quite introverted. As she was? Daryl's bright smile softened. A small gloomy look in it. He was trying so hard to hide it, but it was failing. Yeah. She quit right after the game's big frat party 2 years ago. That party was something else, since the highest classes are also part of it. The following day, she suddenly quit. I don't know why, though. Not quite worth thinking about the past anyway. You got something to ask me, Theo. And what about Crowe? What do you think about Crowe? At the mention of the blue-eyed friend of his, Daryl gives you a toothy grin as he wiggles his eyebrows. You want jits on your little crushy, don't you, Theo? Shut up, okay? I just admire him. Daryl laughed and stopped his teasing, saving you from further embarrassment. Crowe is quite an individual, and all I know is that he's the son of a very successful businesswoman in the city. We got a lot of, very, I guess this is the most prestigious school, they said. So we got a lot of Nepo babies. We got a lot of Nepo babies, if I can say that. A lot of Nepo babies. Though I heard he doesn't have a great relationship with his family. What makes you say that? Daryl thought for a bit, but judging from his expression, he couldn't understand why either. I don't know either, Theo. You should ask Crowe for that if you want to learn more. I see. Don't worry, Theo. I'm sure he'll do anything that you ask for. And gives you a playful wink. You rolled your eyes but gave a smile nonetheless. Thank you for answering my questions, Daryl. Time, Theo. You're one of us now, so open up a little. Got something to ask me? Nope. I had nothing else to ask. Daryl gives you a smile before nodding. Wow. Gasp. Now I speak to Brittany. Oh yeah, I forgot. The layers, just layers and layers. So at least I won't have to come back to this since you're getting it all now. Brittany was minding her own business, seemingly tapping away on her phone. You're kind of shy to come any closer to her, but before you could turn and leave, however, she called out to you. She must have seen you from the corner of her eye. I like Brittany, you know? Usually I really hate like the real like mean, like sassy trope. Like but Brittany, you know, she's not like just a total like asshole, okay? Like let me see. Like Gio's okay, Gio's like let me say it so it doesn't sound like I'm being male centered because I'm not a dickhead. Okay, I like Gio because he's rude, but you know, he sticks to himself, okay? You know, he sticks to himself. You know, he doesn't go out of his way to be rude. Brittany, she is like she's not obnoxious. So she's not obnoxious, okay? She doesn't. It's like she's a little sassy and she's a little like she's a little sassy. I'll just say that because I don't really know any other word to say. She's a little sassy and but she doesn't go like she doesn't like she's not like a bully, okay? She's not like one of those. Let me just say like because I remember playing a game. If you guys remember, if anyone who watched, it's called Witches Bound, and there was a girl. It was like one of the popular girl tropes. Well, she was a bully. I really hate that trope. You know, I'm just glad no one's like that and everyone's calm. Yeah, but I always do this. I always just branch off and yap, and I add absolutely nothing to my story. But I guess I just like putting in my input. You know, I like getting into the game, so I hope you guys don't mind. Notices you from the corner of her eye. What's you? Oh, it's you. Come here. Don't be a stranger now. You clearly want to talk. See, like she's sassy, but she's sweet. That's why like she's sassy, but she's not too much of just like a prick, you know? She's not a prick. She's sassy, but she's sweet. Let me guess. The sandwich is great. Don't say that. That's rude. Yeah, I'm not a sandwich person, but uh, the thought is what counts, you know? I wonder if this has any meaning. We're gonna save it anyways. Oh, I'm on too. Damn. Dang. I couldn't finish it. Sorry. Ever wonderful Brittany? She smiled at your response. I'm glad you like them, do you? Anyway, enough of my sandwiches. You have something to tell me? She's gorgeous, bro. Also, can I go back, bro? She is gorgeous, bro. Have you seen Crowe? Yeah, where's Crowe? You know what? Yeah, why didn't I get the option? Wait, did I get the option to talk to Crowe? Is he under me? Is he under the Brittany? I don't remember. I remember he's gone. Have you seen Crowe? Crowe? I think I saw him go deeper into the gardens. Brittany said with the razor eyebrows. Let me guess. I'm gonna finally convince your undying feelings for him. What makes you think that? Wow. I'm not sure who's denser, him or you. Whatever, if you need him, he's probably in the greenhouse. Brittany gives you a thumbs up, mouthing a good luck. As if I'm confessing, you thought with a pout. As if I'm confessing. Brittany just gave you a teasing smirk. Anyway, enough of that. You have something to tell me? Thoughts on Daryl? Brittany just chuckled. This could give us an insight on how she feels about Jess. You mean that meathead? He's an idiot, she says with a smile. Then she sighed. She shakes her head, thought of the tall jock. He's an idiot. He's a smart idiot. I'll give him that. He's like a brother to me. It just baffles me how he barely has any friends. This school fails us. Okay, we're getting a little insight into her character. You know, she reminds me of Henri. Henri from Hello Charlotte. She kind of reminds me of her. She shakes the idea before returning her attention back to you. More like the visual novel Heaven's Gate Henri, rather than the main game. Okay. You have something to tell me? Okay. Thoughts on Gio? Brittany raised an eyebrow. Don't tell me you got the hots for him. Nothing of the sorts. What makes you think that? I mean, I wouldn't blame me if you do. You can see how his locker is often filled with multiple love letters and gifts from various people, and I wouldn't be surprised. He's that popular. A loner like him, you'd be surprised. Tall, mysterious, and dangerous. Everyone just flocks to him like birds. If people are scared to even get close to him, the next best thing they do is send him gifts. They never succeed though. Is he somehow overwhelmed by the attention? Not really overwhelmed. More like he's uninterested. He either doesn't read the letters or tosses them, or he burns them. He burns them? That's so mean, and a waste of gifts too. Brittany just laughed, her shoulders shaking. That's you to you. How do you know all of this? Brittany giggles before giving you a wink as she pressed a manicured finger on her lips as if to shush you. I know a lot of secrets. Anyway. But what about Jess? On hearing her name, Jess's head turned to where you both were. Brittany dismissed her, telling her it's nothing for her to worry about, before turning back to you. Jessie? She's my best friend. She smiled and she looked at the orange band on her wrist. My very best friend. No one was there to help me, she was there. You'd be surprised how confident and loud she is when she's mad. Brittany chuckled as if reminiscing a fond memory. I would also bring me back up during those dark times. Enough of the past. You have something to tell me? Okay, so they're very close, like very close. So I wonder if it's family issues, because they said we're all in the lower class, but Crowe and Gio don't seem to be like lower class life. They just stick with this. I wonder if she has family problems or something. I wonder what made her quit. I want to learn more about everyone, nothing else. Brittany gives you a nod before standing up from the ground. She stretches her limbs, laying out a few satisfying pops. She places a hand on her hip. I'll be cleaning a bit. I'll talk to you later, Theo. You don't want any help? No thanks. I appreciate the thought, though. You nodded and you stood up as well, leaving Brittany to attend on her own devices. I spoke to everyone though, right? No, I did not speak to Jess, okay. Jess was admiring a few orange leaves slowly falling from the tree. A slow scent of a leaf catches her attention before gracefully catching it with her delicate fingers. She notices you approaching her. She dropped the leaf before giving her full attention to you. Yes, Theo? What seems to be the problem? Oh, there's nothing, actually. I just want to talk to you and ask a few questions. Then by all means, go ahead. I'll try my best to answer them. You have questions to ask me, Theo? Have you seen Crowe? Jess's eyebrows furrowed and she shakes her head. I don't think I know where Crowe is. Maybe you should ask Brittany. Maybe she knows. You thanked her. What about Shio? Oh, he's scared of him. Whoa, that's an expression. Jess's shoulders started shaking at the mention of the tall and stoic individual. I hate to be one of those people, but he actually scares me. Have you seen how capable he is with his bow and arrow? No. Actually, is he really that good? I only know that he's from the archery club. That's cool. Archery club in school? We must be in a prestigious school. Oh, you should definitely attend the sports event next year. Gio's going to compete in the higher classes. Will be there to determine if the students are worth bringing up. Another shiver went up her spine. She wrapped her arms around herself. Bad memory crosses her mind. But whenever that happens, Gio seems to somehow miss his target and nearly hits someone with his arrow. What the fuck? Gio might be dangerous, bro. Okay, so I think maybe Gio doesn't like his background. Crowe seems to not like his family. Maybe it's the same with Gio. Thankfully, I only cut the guy's hair and nothing else. He got disqualified, sadly, but that was enough for me not to mess with him. How is he not in jail? Should I rack up your brain for a reason why he's in school and not behind bars? However, just so, bro, you should be worried about Hugo, bro. Whoever Gio did, who cares, bro? Hugo's the threat, bro. He put a knife to your neck. Why would you move past that, bro? However, it just cuts you off before you could think any further. Enough of that. Thoughts on Daryl? At the mention of Daryl, Jess's face went bright. This is probably the first time you've seen her smile without shaking like a lost lamb. Oh, Daryl, he's an amazing friend. It keeps me safe and I owe it up to him a lot. Though I do feel quite bad for him most of the time. Brittany and Gio tease him way too much. Jess chuckled, looking at the jock sitting on the tree before returning back to you. He's a funny guy. I remember back then when I made the mistake of giving him a bowl filled with candy last year's Halloween. He did tell me he likes sweets. Why? What's wrong with giving him candy? Well, he gets sugar rushed pretty quickly and gets super hyper. Brittany tried so hard in calming him down. Can you imagine the 6-foot-tall jockey going around like a playful puppy? I bet Brittany didn't have a fun time. Just nodded with a close smile at you. And what about Brittany? What do you think about Brittany? Let's see. Boom. Yep, set in stone. It's over, Daryl. I'm sorry, brother. Upon mentioning the Gyaru's name, I know that's the style or the whatever fashion. I don't know what categorizes it. I don't know if I pronounce it Yaru. That's how I'm gonna put it. I'm sorry if I butchered it. Sorry if I butchered your culture. I'm sorry, whatever it was. I'm sorry. Brittany's head turned to the both of you. She didn't say anything but raised a brow as she tilted her head to the side. You called for me? Nothing, Britt. Jess quickly shooed her best friend away. Brittany shrugged before continuing on with her own business. Jess let out a sigh of relief as a small tint of red raises to her cheeks. Jess looked down on her skirt, fiddling with her pink wristband as her heartbeat quickened. Britt, she's my best friend. My very best friend. And I would do anything to see her happy again. She pushed back her glasses and looked at you. And there you saw the sparkles. Her smile is soft and you can tell. Jess, you like Brittany? She was hesitant before looking down, eyeing as she did so, still fiddling with her pink wristband. Promise not to tell? Promise. Thank you, Theo. This will just be between the two of us. Besides, he gives you a big smile. I'll keep your so secret crush towards Crowe a secret too. He giggled at your surprised look at the mention of Crowe. You rubbed the back of your head as he pouted. Nope. Just nods as she clasped her hands. It was wonderful talking to you, Theo. You should hang out with us more. And with that, she gives you a wave goodbye. Yeah, let's speak to Crowe. Look for Crowe. Where you at, Crowe? You pretty much talked with everyone here, and they all seem to be busying themselves. You looked around the garden before moving in deeper into the red autumn wonderland. As you kept moving forward, you were greeted by the greenhouse. Through the transparent glass, you spot a familiar head of brown. You were inside the greenhouse and saw Crowe and got through each plant and flower. Go through each plant and flower, analyzing each delicate leaf and petal. Noticing he's not alone, he turned to where you were and smiled. Well, there you are, Theo. What brings you here? I'll say the same thing to you. I like this music. I haven't really explored this place properly before, so why not take that chance? You've never been here? Crowe shakes his head. Never got the time to visit. Crowe chuckles. You meet his gaze and he gives you a soft smile. His gaze lingered a bit before going around. He then found something that caught his attention. Now, this is a pretty looking floor. What do you think it is? You look at the brush of flowers filled with purple flowers. Their petals thin as it showcases its full bloom. This is a passion flower. Fascinating. Tell me more about it. Well, it's a climbing vine plant. Usually its colors are purple or white. Once flowers bloom, passion fruits will bear itself. Usually volunteer would come and harvest the fruits. It sounds interesting to you. That's a scientific way to describe this flower. How about its meaning? You tilted your head to the side. What's the language of flowers? What do you mean? How do I say this? He places a hand on his chin. In astrology, each star has a meaning behind it. Same goes with gemstones like your birthstone. Flowers have those as well, correct? Huh. I never really thought of it. Crowe gives you a cheeky smile. It's interesting. Passion flower symbolizes hope and growth. I love seeing the hopeful looks on people. He says he looks at the flower before both of you. Or you both. Hope. Something this needs. I want to get rid of the hierarchy. Daryl mentioned something about that. Actually, everyone did, but how come I've never heard of it? What is it about? I never got to explain it to you, huh? I guess now's the perfect time since they're quite active in interacting with us in the lower class again. Clicks out. Our school. Olympias University. has two buildings with two different classes. One is where we are at the moment, the lower class, while around the northern part of the city is where the higher classes are. There, education is 10 times better, the facilities are better, and the students are way out of our league. He hesitates a bit in voicing his thoughts on the students in the higher class. Though I highly doubt that, he added, his eyes narrowed. The lower class? Yeah, the hierarchy of the lower class. Calling it a lower class is kind of low in my opinion. I call them villagers, humble people. They're either really kind or either too busy to bother. There was a hint of hesitation in his voice. Well, not all. Failed students in the higher class often end up here with us. And well, they don't really take it well. Which explains the bullying situation. Crowe's brow slanted downward, disgusted by the idea. The fact he can't do anything is irritating him. How come no one tried to file a report or anything? People tried. I tried. We tried. But unless you either have money or a higher reputation, heck, even both, no bother to even listen. Crowe sighs. Which is why some students try the hardest to get up the ranks, be part of the higher class. All of that just to be respected. Crowe didn't say anything to you but a nod. Lower class is a hierarchy. Crowe lets out a sad laugh. The system is kind of a if you feel it, you feel it thing. You don't really feel it, much less see it unless you've been at its mercy. Dog eats dog world out there, Theo. You'll never know who's the next victim. A soft, sad smile made its way on his face, which is why I strive to protect you. And both those sound so. You're left to your thought process to what Crowe told you about the newfound information. This probably explains the bullying and how the school is handled. Your position in the city is just a second priority. Heck, maybe not even a priority at all. That means if I ever want to help keep my family's farm up, I have to make it up there? Crowe nodded before continuing. Once you're up there, you'll have a better life. You'll be respected. You'll be rich. People will do as you tell them. That's messed up. Did people ever protest? Crowe, however, did not answer, as if scared that someone would hear him. He remained quiet, only giving you a look that probably says that things did not go well. You refuse to ask for more elaboration. That reminds me, Theo. Crowe starts. You never told me as to how or why you chose this university. Your family owns farms, correct? You bit your lip as you thought of home. We do, but I wouldn't say we're doing well. I'm sorry to hear that. It's okay, really. It's my burden to carry, not yours. And I'm going to work hard for it. Anything. I'll do anything. Your eyes widened at the words that the well-dressed man said. No, I refuse. You told you stay inside. You're not taking this farm. My home. He cut your father's words off, marching towards the tall man with loud and heavy footsteps. The tall man, however, raised a brow at you, raising his hand to halt his man. His deep magenta eyes then turned to look straight in your eyes, then chilled down your spine. Oh, well, if you've seen that this is your first time meeting, right? Let me introduce myself first. My name is... You may call me Mr. Z. Mr. Z? And as for our little agenda, how about this little lamb? If you manage to pay off your debt for the next 5 years, I'll let you off the hook and let you keep your land. 5 years? You can handle that. Maybe working 3 jobs will do it for you. That's waving a finger in front of your face. Looks down at you, reminding you of your place. A mischievous smile appearing on his handsome features. But I have some conditions for you to meet. You went silent. Your heart starts pounding in your chest as you kept eye contact with the sharp magenta orbs. I want you to stay in the city. City? So am I someone's little project? We can't even afford to take him to college. What more moving in the city? Your father interrupts the man mid-sentence. The man merely gives your father a side glance, making the old man freeze on his feet before returning his gaze back to you. No need to worry. He'll be under my jurisdiction, of course. I'll provide for his education and accommodation. Suddenly, he burst out in laughter, throwing his head back a bit as if he just heard a very funny joke. See? I'm not that cruel. Wouldn't you agree, Theo? But just like I said before, once you pay off your debt, land doesn't come in cheap, darling. And I've been very patient with how long this land's payment's been postponed. Whoa. A sudden jerk in your collar made your heart jump. His face now mere inches away from yours. His brows furrowed in anger and filled with spite. You. Not one step, old man. He screams at your father, not sparing him a glance as he kept his hold on your collar. You try to claw his hands away from it, but to no avail, seeing that you are losing more air than you struggle. Listen here, punk. I don't care what kind of method you're going to do in order to make money. A dark smile appeared on his face, and a shiver down your spine. Being a good citizen and get a part-time. Okay, sorry. Be a good citizen and get a part-time job like the rest. Go whore yourself out in strip clubs, legal or illegal. I don't fucking care, as long as you reach the amount. If not, well, you can say goodbye to your little farmland. He says that, and there's a gleam in his eyes, telling you that's not all. Letting go of your collar, he steps back as you greedily take in the air that you lost. Tears making its way towards your eyes, starting to drop. So, the fawn. What is it going to be? You bit the bottom of your lip. You turned to look at your father, and his eyes were clearly telling you to decline. You didn't want to comply to this man's words, much less take his offer. You think he might throw you another form of debt for letting him fund you to go to the city. There's something about this man that screams dangerous. That you are too desperate to not lose your home. Your only home. Tick-tock, sweet thing, I haven't got all day. The tall man's gaze fixed on you, waiting for an answer. Do you accept? I accept. But you're nearing the end of school here, and you cannot afford to go back again. Not with this debt. Rats alone isn't enough to cut it. Whenever you think about it, and you keep seeing the tall man's ever sharp magenta eyes burning into you, it leaves a bad taste in your mouth and a stinging feeling in your chest. Your heart aches as you stare back into Crowe's own into your eyes. Are you alright, Theo? You zoned out a bit. If I get to be part of the higher class, then I can have a better chance in life, right? Crowe was surprised at your sudden enthusiasm, but not regardless. That's right. As you give Crowe a reassuring smile, you clench your fist. And I'll work hard to show those higher class that I'm worth their time. Crowe chuckles and nods. You know he's got your back. Then Crowe raised his hand and tucked a loose strand behind your ear. He sensed him placing something soft, and you reached out to touch what felt like petals. Oh my god, bro. Okay, we're at 2 now. I don't know how we went up. Maybe when I chose to stay with the group instead of go see Soul. That looks good on you. What is it? Frozen leads you to a nearby pond. You looked and saw your reflection. And your hair is a red carnation. Oh, I didn't know carnations grew here. Crowe only chuckled, fixing the flower in your hair. Crowe looks around for a while, basking in the various beauties of flora. What do you think carnation means? You twisted your head, making sure that said flower doesn't fall from your head as Crowe continued on with his talk. Passion flower means hope, while carnations mean... I can see to remember. What do you think it means to you? You thought for a while, knowing some carnations are to be found in bouquets. Well, it has to be something romantic. They're often a perfect gift to family or loved ones. Is that so? I may have to look up what it means then. Your eyes met his, and for a moment his gaze lingered. Were his eyes always this blue? You never noticed before. The way his lashes flutter and touch his cheeks when he blinks. Plump lips are always glistening whenever sunlight hits them. His eyes went half lit as he leaned closer and closer, and as if in a trance, your eyes slowly started to close. Oh, I'm leaning, bro. See, like last time when I was offered the choice, it was a little rush. There's no need to rush. I always say there's no need to rush. But now, like, everyone's from the friend group, bro, from Crowe himself, it's pretty obvious we're both pining for each other. So I think it would be alright if I lean in. I'm not gonna embarrass myself, right? Please. As if you lost control of your body and started moving on its own, you leaned closer as well. Your eyes now closed, feeling his breath near your own lips as he draws closer and closer. Oh my god, Brittany. You're bro. Of course, Brittany. Your eyes popped open and you quickly backed away. Crowe backed away as well as he waved to Brittany.
Brittany, you're selling the bag. Ugh. You're selling the bag. Brittany just raised a brow at the both of you before shrugging you off and leaving the greenhouse. Crowe sighed, seemingly disappointed before giving you his hand for you to take. We should get going. He pouted at the moment room before accepting his extended hand and left the greenhouse with Crowe. Oh man, Brittany, you about to fight, bro. That was unnecessary. The university group got back inside the campus. Everyone already went to their respective classes. I'm going to head back first. I'll see you in class, do you? Of course. Crowe didn't walk away just yet. He stood there for a while, contemplating something before shaking his head and walking away, a tint of red touching the tips of his ears as he walked. At about the corner of your eye, you spotted two familiar-looking individuals. It was Sol and Hugo. Sol noticed you first and went to you, a noticeable skip in his steps. I want to see Sol's sad face. Brother. And like, dude, he's earrings too. Like Crowe, bro, the man you are, bro. Man, you are. That's you. Hey Sol, hey Hugo. Are you both heading to your next class? Hugo laughed, hand on his chest as if you told him a very funny joke. Actually, I have a better idea. Let's skip class. Skip class? Yeah, it'll be fun. Oh, doing that. I hate when they do that. Sol here has a meaning to. Sol gave Hugo a punch in his rib, making the shorter male choke out the words he was supposed to say as he doubled over and clenched his stomach. I guess I should let that roll on, because it would be a much cleaner like cut off, you know. I kind of want to get all the words, you know. I want to see what it's saying, because sometimes they like say like romantic little things or freaky little things, and I don't get to freaking see them all, bro. Let's ditch. Hugo gave him a glare. Sol ignored him as he anticipated your answer. Hanging out with these two sounds fun, but you remember your next class with Crowe. Maybe you can. I can't. I'm sorry, Sol. I really just don't want. I don't want to go ditch with the dude who put a knife to my neck. So maybe next time. Maybe next time. I'm sorry. I can bear skip on the second day. Sol didn't say anything as his shoulders slumped, indicating his obvious disappointment. We're back. We're so back, baby. We're so back. But put that smile on your handsome ass face, bro. Indicating his obvious disappointment. But there was something else in the dullness of his eyes. You were interrupted by Hugo. That's alright, Theo, but promise you'll hang out eventually. On the weekend, then, I'm sure. Wait. Sol spoke, making Hugo look at him. Can I at least take you to your next class? He asked you. There was a hint of desperation in his reddish-orange eyes. You don't see what's the problem with it, so you'd agreed. Well, I'll see you at the usual, Sol. Hugo waved to the both of you before walking off. Okay, I think I have some sort of voice laid out for all the characters so far. Decently, okay? Decently. For like the most side characters like Mr. Z or my father, we'll just do my normal voice. That's usually how I run it. Let's go, shall we? Sol nods as you walk along, Sol falling beside you. You and Sol walk through the hallway towards the next classroom. You cannot help but check on Sol. He seems nervous. You look down and see that his hand is shaking. Fuck no, baby. I'm not touching you, brother. See, like, bro, that's just not something I would do. I don't know, bro. Hey, bro, you just, I don't know. I don't know if it's only me, but, you know, my friends just aren't like that, bro. Like, we just don't, I'm just not that close with any of my friends. I don't know, maybe we just don't have that type of relationship. I don't know. Like, if my friend was nervous or something, like, I suppose we can hug, but that intimacy, like in a boys' friend group, it just doesn't exist, bro, because of norms and societal norms. Like it's always nice seeing like the girlfriend groups in school, being able to like hug and like hold their friend's hand and like tell them that they love them, like platonically, and But like if you like for like most people's friend groups as like a guy, if you say that, you're just weird, bro. Like it kind of sucks because you can't really get serious. Like you can't really like appreciate people properly, bro. Like sometimes, bro. Sometimes when I think about my friends, like we share so many good moments, bro. Like I remember um when Two Hollis went on a Star Tour. I remember like I was telling my friend Lewis who got me into Two Hollis, and I was telling my friend Doran who I put onto Two Hollis, and we were all so excited. And we were talking about it on FaceTime, and I bought Lewis's ticket, and I'm like, there goes my mic again, and USB port I need a new one. But like I wanted Lewis to come, like I wanted my friend to come, like I wanted everyone to be together. I even ordered like these custom bracelets off Amazon, and it says it says um heart two Hollis of like the two and the little symbol, the little arrow symbol. And we all wore them, and we all took pictures together, and we were all in the mosh pit together, and we took photos, and it was such a good time. And when I think about moments like that, sometimes I just want to go up to them, and I want to squeeze them, I just want to hug them, like I love you, bro. Like I love you so much. Like I'm so happy you're here, and it's just I feel like I just can't do things like that with them, and it sucks. There I go off, rambling again. I guess when I just see like when I see friend groups like these, like Amori, like how close, like I don't play Amori and I see how close they are, I was just kind of a little envious, bro. I wish we were so I wish we were more tight knit. Basically, I wish we were more tight knit, but I guess that is of my own doing because I'm not very good with people. I have low social battery. I don't hang out a lot. I'm not good with my words. I don't talk. So whatsoever, can't do anything about it. Didn't bother with him anymore. So he kept walking. His shaking hand eventually was shoved in his pocket as you both resumed your walk. You finally reached the front of your classroom door. You peeked inside through the door's window and saw Crowe on his usual seat already. You turned your attention back to Sol. Thank you for escorting me to my class, Sol. It's not a problem. His tiny smile didn't last on his face, however. His shoulders slumped down. I thought I could have wished you'd come with us. Maybe next time, Sol. Maybe we can hang out on the weekend or on a free schedule. Sure. His words contradicted his expression as relaxed enthusiasm. Just then, the door to your classroom opened, and there you met eyes with Crowe. I think that is a perfect time to leave it. We're gonna head back. Can we head back to the menu? Yep. See, I love when there's a main menu button. Makes everything so easy. So we're gonna save up. That's where we left off. Main menu. So, I think it's a perfect time to leave it. No, we're even out. I say we're even out. 3-3, Sol and Crowe. Now we're both in the picture. Crowe's got his fair share. Sol's got his fair share. And we'll leave it off to see how the story continues on when we see Crowe. Love is in the air. Okay, we were about to kiss. It's pretty set in stone that we are feeling each other. Okay, we were about to kiss. We got interrupted. So I'm interested to see how the story will progress and our relationship will progress now that that's kind of solidified. It's kind of surfaced out. But I'm loving this game. Okay, I played this game before, and I didn't play it before. I watched it a long time ago when it first came out, like when the first demo first came out. And for his art style, I love the messy art style. I love the character designs. I love the characters. I'm loving everyone. Like I've yet to play a game. I don't know. I say I liked everyone in like Amori. I don't think I've played a visual novel yet where I've liked all the characters. Like there's always been someone who's just like I don't like you. But I really do like everyone so far. Okay, I'm liking where the story's leading. And one of the biggest things I appreciate about this game so far is that it gives you the option to pace it slowly. Like this game is long, okay? I wish we had more of that, but I know the work and the amount of effort that goes into these games is absurd, okay? Into any game is absurd, and most of the time it's people by themselves working on their passion project. They don't get paid for it. This demo was released for free, and I'm so grateful that I get the opportunity to play this game. And I appreciate that the pacing is good. Like I like the story. I like how expansive it is. I like all the detailed choices, and I like how it's not rushing into anything. Like so, like most of the games we play, like we get a pretty clear, obvious signs, depictions of who is basically like the crazy yandere in these stories. You know, like we get like, oh, his sketchbook was filled. Oh, he's stalking us, taking our schedule. And like, oh, you know, like he said, like we've only gotten small little hints, and it's been equally shared out. So you know, we're on even ground, and I really like that. I like how it's not one-sided, and we're not sticking to one character the entire game. I know how it's based on him, but you know, we're still getting lots of love from other characters. So I'm really excited, you know, to continue on with this game. I love everything so far, and I appreciate you guys until watching until the end. For watching until the end. I'm kind of rambling. Sorry, but yeah. I can't. I'm gonna edit this quick. Try to get this out quick, and I really do want to hop back into this. I got a lot, you know, and I'm really excited to get back into this. I can't wait for the demo to come out. Thank you guys for watching today, and I appreciate you guys. I love you guys, and there's no need to rush, okay? Catch you next one. See you soon. I love you. Bye bye.
I put my words right down, pen and paper, can't let me run.